Hi viewers, I am CK Muralidharan welcoming you all to the 12th edition of the Mysore Sports YouTube channel. Today is a health and fitness day. We are doing a special episode on health and fitness, and today's episode will concentrate on primarily sports, health and conditioning and strength conditioning for sportsmen. And we have with us Sri Shyam Rao, one of the sought out conditioning coach in Mysore, and Shyam Rao is well versed with training sportsmen throughout for a period of 3 decades, and he has an experience of training many sportsmen in Bangalore, Mysore, and also throughout the state. He has a stint in Dubai, and also started up with the Bhupati Tennis Academy in Bangalore, and he started training the cricket team members of the KPL of the Mysore Warriors team for the last 5 years since his introduction by the Karnataka State Cricket Association. And he started 2 centers in Mysore. Many young sportsmen and fitness freaks have been coming over and utilizing his services. Let me introduce you to Shyam Rao. Welcome you all to this episode.
Murali, thank you so much for having me on this YouTube channel of yours. I've been watching some of the episodes I was able to watch. It's an amazing thing. It's a very good initiative which is very much needed in Mysore to showcase the talent of Mysore, not only in sports but also in coaching and mentoring, because I'm sure we play a very important role in modeling somebody who is aspiring to be a sports person, not only in identifying talent, nurturing that, but also working with some of the people who are making the transition to the higher level of sport. I'm so happy to be here with you on your channel.
Thank you. How did you get into this fitness and how did you like it in the beginning?
Oh, it was pretty much a young man's dream. When I laid my hand on a muscle magazine, I just got lost totally into the muscles and strength side of the sport. Also, I mean, it wasn't much of a sport, it was more of a bodybuilding in the beginning. But that magazine introduced me to much more deeper aspects, various other aspects of training like kinesiology, biomechanics. It was out of sheer interest I was able to start digging into all these areas. Then I realized that I wanted to be a trainer or a mentor in this particular field. So that's how I began my journey.
How did it go on from there, and how did you take up to serious training methods?
Actually, it was all imagination in the beginning. You know, you see a sport, you see the movement, then you start realizing that movement mechanics are different. There are footwork patterns there. So I'm a keen observer of all these things. So I started looking at all those things. I subscribed to many magazines. At that time, there was no internet. So it was purely magazines and seeing people and some of the TV channels, which I think Doordarshan was airing some of those matches. But in overall, I think I saw people doing certain things. I started inculcating those things in my practice also. And it wasn't a very clear-cut path for me in the beginning, because there wasn't any certification bodies and other things. I still remember doing one during 1999. It was an online thing. Going to US at that time was definitely it was out of my reach. So I did an online certification. That's where it all began. So at that time I was associated with Prahalad Srinath. So he was training with me for 5 years. So all his nationals and all codes and his Davis Cup entry. During that time I was very much there as part of his preparation. So that gave me a lot of confidence to start working with other people. And Mysore has amazing talent when it comes to tennis.
Yeah.
So I worked with almost all of them, I should say. So that gave me a lot of confidence to explore further.
How did it go on from there to going to different parts of the state? Like you had a stint with the Bhupati Tennis Academy and spent some more precious time there with the tennis players there.
I think I should thank Prahalad Srinath, Neet Devaya, Jaidev, Charan, all of these guys who were talking about me. It was pretty much a word of mouth. So at that time, Mustafa Gauss and a couple of others like some of the top players from Bombay and all, they came down to train with me. And I think the word spread very soon, and I had some cricketers like Nasiruddin, who's running the Just Cricket Academy now. He also came, trained with me for 3 months. So I think at that time, everybody in the sporting field lacked a structure. You know, they didn't have someone who could tell them what to do, what not to do, and how to train safely. And this has been my thing from the beginning. I was never the one to push them, too much. But then we kept the training going on a consistent level. So we learned from our mistakes also. So that helped me to grow my brand as a trainer, and I could travel to other parts of India also. In fact, I had been to Hyderabad, and I traveled with a couple of tennis players abroad also. And I think I played. I mean, Mustafa played in Indonesia. I traveled with him in his preparation and competition also.
How was it that you got the idea of starting fitness centers in Mysore and catering to the needs of the public?
Yeah, and I soon realized that it's a very niche market. You know, sports conditioning is not really up there where I can completely depend on that. So it's like always striking a balance between something that you need to do, something that you love to do. So the gym is also a place where I can do all my training under one roof. So now I've created a place where I can do energy system, strength conditioning, everything under one roof. So it was always a dream to have a gym of my own rather than going and working in somebody else's gym. So after I came back from Dubai, I did a stint of 3 years in Dubai where I was working for a place called Fitness Planet. We had an international team of trainers, and that's one of the things which gave me an idea about training, organization, assessments and things like that. So from there, I came back in 2003, I established my first gym in Ballal Circle. So 2008, 2007, I opened Synergy. It was in a different location. Now we have shifted to a much bigger location.
How do you think it is most necessary for the modern sportsman to have his body strengthening, doing according to his body and train in the present condition to top class level?
This is pretty much, on a professional level, everybody weight trains, everybody does, it's no longer a secret. It's probably it's the proper talent identification, the gene type, and someone who has that kind of passion and aggression to play at a high level. And as long as they keep injury free themselves, if they're not injuring themselves, injuries do happen here and there. But if it's not a career-ending injury, they can train at a very high level consistently. So strength and conditioning, and even recovery and rejuvenation, regeneration, it all plays a very important role in keeping an athlete going till whatever level they can. However long they want to last. That strength and conditioning becomes a very important aspect. So it's no secret, everybody is doing these things, but it's just that we need not get carried away. There is specificity, there is a sports specificity. But most importantly, it's the individual specificity. We need to
being fit is for health. Do everyone think it's a myth? Do you think it's reality? They need to have good health?
Definitely, doing weight training is a very good thing for your blood sugar control. It is as absolutely given. If you do resistance training, your type 2 diabetes, you can actually manage your blood sugar level, because the half an hour of weight training actually burns mostly glucose and sugars in the body, which is good for your pre-diabetic conditions. So, and also there's a lot of hormonal thing going on. So if someone exercises, sweats out, they actually feel good. So it's nothing but the chemical thing which is for curing depression, for something or the other. So general public need to do fitness, not just for weight loss, not just for building muscles. It is for a feel-good thing. You have stress outside.
How do you think the rehabilitation and sports injuries are taken care, and how do you think sportsmen are concentrating on that aspect?
It is, one of the things like FMS, which is functional movement screening, these kind of screening needs to be happening. There are some red flags in somebody's, somebody before getting injured. There is going to be some signs, acute injuries which are happening on the sport, where a collision is, happening, and if there is concussion, those are the things which happen on the ground. You can't have control over those things. But someone who is having a pulled muscle, not recovered completely from an injury, and if you put that person in a team sport and then he's injured, then you're obviously you neglected that particular aspect. So injuries do have certain red flags which go on before. So screening for those things is necessary, and also we need to have a very intuitive, and also someone who can look at the diagnostics as well as match this clinical skills. Someone who can treat these people, the athletes, and put them back into the playing field is very much required. So we don't try to preach, do any kind of injury prevention, or we don't treat injuries. We always refer them out to the best qualified physios in town.
Are you thinking they are pushing their children too much for the results?
But it's a vicious cycle. Parents want their children to win a state level tournament. Coaches want to. Coaches also want. But in a way, the injuries and the mental status are not something which is often talked about. So this needs to be. There should be an open platform where nowadays a lot of top level athletes are coming and talking about their mental status, like how they suffered, how depression was there. So these are the things which are lesser known.
COVID-19 had a big break and from all your activities. How did it affect you and your business, and how did you come back?
Big time. It's affected our business. In fact, we had around 250 gyms in Mysore. Across Karnataka, maybe 2,500 gyms are shut. So it's a pretty bad scene at the moment, because people are also skeptical. There is a talk about third wave. So we dealt with 2 waves already. So some of them are skeptical, and it isn't a very good, it's a positive thing. It's not a positive thing for the gym scene at the moment. We are all doing around 50-60% of what we used to do pre-pandemic. So going forward, it's going to be tough for the gyms, but I don't know, for as long as we can, we'll try to sustain, so that in the eventuality of not making it to the top level, they have survival skills in the society.
Karnataka government has started a Center for Sports Science, which is come in Kantiduwa Stadium.
Oh, fantastic.
And which caters to the needs of identifying talent in different districts and centers.
Right.
And looking at their, for example, the Siddhis and their talent.
Right.
Likewise, in the official centers who are talented.
Right.
So these type of schemes, can it help?
Definitely. It's a step in the right directions.
Do you think mental strength also plays a bigger part in the making of a better individual?
Yes, I mean, see, mental training as it is, where you have to be relaxed, where you have to have an arousal, where you have to have the intensity, the eye of the dog and things like that. These are all well-studied fields. So I'm not a coach in mental training. So if someone is doing it very effectively and they have already worked with many top athletes, it's a welcome thing. I'll work with a mental training coach, I'll work with a physio, I'll work with a masseur. We all put together, we make the difference. At the end of the day, the athlete is the one who's going to go and perform there.
Correct.
So we got to be behind him 100%, him or her.
Ultimately, what's your message for the younger generation now? It's all, if you look at the Indian population, it's around 60% of the younger lot. So what's your take now?
I would say whatever you love to do, do it. It's just that you need physical thing in life, whether you want to do CrossFit, you want to do powerlifting, weightlifting, it doesn't really matter. You just need to train safely, don't get carried away, do something which you can sustain and which is practical, which is not very, too blown out of proportion kind of stuff. Something that you can enjoy and get some benefit out of. That's my message to them.
Thanks a lot for being with me in
Murali.
this episode, and nice to talk to you
pleasure,
on
Murali.
different techniques and the training methods for sportsmen.
Thank you, Murali. Thank you.
Viewers, CK Muralidharan, thank you all for watching this 12th episode on Mysore Sport YouTube channel. I thank Sri Shamrao for having accepted my invite and being with us on this episode. Watch and subscribe to my channel and support us. Thank you.